Visible, madam.
Okay.
Visible.
So I was discussing, this is a village scene wherein people are happily, refreshingly doing their work with their peace of mind. Okay, in city we will not have any such scene. We will be, we see the city people, they will be rushing, they will be running, and they will, ma, somebody, what is this, ma? Girls and boys, you should have common sense. You know your house has disturbance, still you are keeping your mic on. How many times should I tell? If there is disturbance in your house, mute your mic. I should see the name and call the name now. You know it very well that your house has disturbance. Then why are you keeping your mic on? It is causing lot of disturbance to class. You are 15 years old. I should not tell this again and again. If your house is silent, then only you can open your mic and speak. If you are sitting in a very disturbed place, mute your mics. Okay. So this is the village scene. An old man is sitting in front of his house, and there is somebody inside the house. Probably we can guess his son and daughter-in-law. Then we have women near water pump. We have men under a tree discussing, sitting peacefully, and there are children playing outdoor games. Now, next scene. First topic of third unit is the journey. The journey. What do you understand by the journey? Any one of you answer. What do you understand by the journey? Okay, if your mics are mute, I'll answer. So the journey is going from one place to another place. And even our life is also called a journey. That is from birth to death, it is a journey. Or when we are going from one place to another place, it is also called a journey. Or when we start something and when we end something, we call it my journey of education. When you start your education, when you finish your education, you can also call it my journey of education. So in this way we can use this word journey in number of ways. Now let us know about the author of the lesson. Let us know about the author of the lesson. I think all your mics are muted by sir. If you can open, only one or two students can open your mics, others are causing lot of disturbance, nonsense you are doing in class. So about the author, let us see. Can anybody read the author's name? Are you all sleeping? Can anybody read author's name? Are you all sleeping? Okay. Eshi
H. Dorji.
Yes. Eshi Dorji
Eshi
Tongji.
Dorji Tongji.
Why is
Tongji.
name different? Let me tell you. He is an Assamese writer and he belongs to Assam. He belongs to Assam because he was born and he was brought up in Assam. His name is Assamese name. That is Assamese name. Like we have different Telugu names, Tamil names, Kannada names. His name is Assamese name. He is an Assami. And this man, that is the author, Eshi Dorji Tongchi, was born in May 1952. He is a prominent name in Assamese literature. Though he grew up in poverty, that is, his family was very poor when he was born. They were very poor when he was born. He belonged to a poor family. He studied well and entered Arunachal Pradesh civil service and was later elevated to Indian administrative service. Though he was very poor, you know, you people, you make some excuses. You will say, we are poor family, madam, we don't have mobile phone, madam, so we can't come to class. Then some boys will say, no madam, in house there is no proper TV, so we are not watching Vidyavarti. Still some students, they say, no madam, we are not prepared because we don't have place to sit and prepare at home. But though this man was from a poor family, he did not give all these reasons for not studying. In those days, these days, at least these days are better days. In those olden days, you did not even have electricity properly, but he did not give any reason for not studying. He studied very well, he worked very hard, and he entered Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, AP as we call Arunachal Pradesh is also called AP. Arunachal Pradesh civil service, that is a highest examination, highest, that is grade A, grade B positions we get when we write civil services. So he wrote civil service examination and was later elevated to the Indian Administrative Service. So later he was elevated to Indian Administrative Service. So he held a very high position of Indian Civil Administrative Service. He writes fiction, drama, and essays in Assamese and English. He always writes a fiction, that is imaginary stories, dramas he writes, and he also writes essays in Assamese language and English language also. When he writes in English language, everybody reads it. When he writes in Assamese language, we do not know Assamese language. Do you know Assamese language?
No, madam.
No, madam.
No.
madam.
So what people do, other authors who have good knowledge of English, they translate his work, they translate his stories in English. Okay. Now this story was also written actually in Assamese, and it is translated by D.P. Nath. This story is translated by
DP
By
Nath.
yes,
D.P.
D.P.
Nath.
Nath. Okay. He has received a national recognition for his novel Mauna Aunt Mukhar Hriday. He was awarded with a national award. Okay, national award for the novel, that is which he wrote in Assamese. Okay, Assamese language. He wrote one novel. Its name is Mauna Aunt Mukhar Hriday. I'll translate that name in English. Silent lips and murmuring hearts. What is the translation? Silent lips and
Murmuring class.
Hriday. Hriday means heart. Okay, silent lips and murmuring hearts, which won Sahitya Academy Award in 2005. It is a very high recognition award. He was given that award. He was awarded with that award in 2005. Many of Tongchi's novels, including Sonam, deal with the cultural life of Monpa and the Sherdukpen tribes of Arunachal Pradesh. So, most of his novels, they deal with the cultural life, how people live, what traditions they follow, how they live with all the conditions in Arunachal Pradesh. There are number of tribes. Two main tribes, Monpa and Sherdukpen tribes, about their life and their culture he writes in his stories. Now let us get into the story of today's unit. That is, what is the name of it? The name of it is The Journey. The name of it is The Journey. Let us start. As you are able to see the slide, after spending a leisurely Sunday at home, the very thought of returning to work on Monday is tiring. Lethargy creeps in if the holiday continues over an extended period. Let me explain this. After spending leisurely Sunday, see, generally, when you get Sunday, you'll be happy. All of us, not only you, all human beings, because Sunday is a holiday. Saturday we feel happy. Why do we feel happy on Saturday?
Sunday, madam.
Because we are getting a holiday on Sunday. So we say no work, no classes, only games, only sleeping, or living happily, spending happily this holiday, Sunday. So we feel like this. Everybody feels like that. Every human being feels like same. That is, after spending leisure and lazy Sunday, we don't want Monday to come. We want, oh no, why Monday is coming? Why should we go to college? Why should we go to school? Why should we go to work? Lethargy creeps in. Lethargy means laziness. Lethargy means
Laziness.
laziness creeps in. we think, oh no, why we are going to work again? Why should we go to school again? See, government has announced that residential schools will open from 23rd November. Okay. Other schools open from Monday, that is 2nd November. Now residential schools will open from 23rd November. Already you all are thinking, why should we go to school again? Studies, again beating, again punishment, again homework. You're all thinking so, no? Are you all thinking
No,
so?
No, madam.
Yes.
No, madam.
Some of you at least are thinking so. Not all. Some of you are thinking, should we go? Why should we study? We should not study. We should be happily living at home. Again, teachers will give homework. Some students will think like that. So such feeling comes when the holiday is extended. We had long period of staying at home. At least you had. We are going to work daily, but you had long period of staying at home.
7
So that
months,
is
ma'am.
so that is how I felt when I was preparing to return to my place of work after spending 6 months at home. The fact that I was to leave my newly wedded wife, go to a far off place, did not help me either. Obviously, I did not want to go. So this is the story of a man who is speaking in the story. The man is thinking, oh, I have to go to work after 6 months of holidays. I have to go to work. Okay, he came to his village by applying leave. Any one man, he came to his village by applying leave to his work. After coming to his village, he also got married. What did he do?
We got a marriage.
Yes, he
Got
got
a-
married. And people who get married, they have lot of work to do before marriage, and they have lot of responsibility after marriage also. So he thought, oh, I have to go back to work. How can I go back to work? I have to leave my newly wedded wife. I have to leave my house, but I cannot do anything. I have to go. You cannot sit at home, no, thinking, oh, it is a holiday, it is a good, nice, happily I can enjoy. You cannot think like this and sit at home. So you have to go to work. So he thought, no, I cannot take any more leave. Already I applied. How many months leave he applied? How many months leave he applied, all of you?
6 months.
7
months,
months.
ma'am.
6 months.
Leave, 6 months leave he applied. So he
6 months,
has
madam.
to work. Now he has to go back to work. Now let us see what happens. However, so this is about, you can see the slide, he got married. So obviously I did not want to go. He did not want to go, but he has to go. However, I finally decided to go. I did not have much to carry by way of luggage, just a trunk. What this man brought from his work, he brought a while coming to his village, what did he bring? Coming to his village, yes, trunk. He had to that luggage was only a trunk. Like you bring trunks to your hostel, no? You bring
Yes,
trunks. Yes. In this way, this man brought a trunk. He did not have much luggage, but he had one trunk. Now he is explaining. He is explaining his village. How he is defining his village. Let us see. It's a hilly terrain. Ours is a hilly. His village is a hill. His village is nearby hills. Without any motorable roads, and there is no certainty that we are ever going to have any roads, and there is no certainty that we are ever going to have any roads. So how was their village? Their village had no roads. Their village had no roads. Who is that, ma? Who is that, ma? So his village was a hilly terrain. There were no proper roads, no roads at all. There were no roads at all. You can see in villages also. Maybe your villages also do not have proper roads. You cannot ride a bike, or you cannot take a taxi. You cannot take a car in such villages. So his village was like that. In any case, so this is the trunk. Can you see the screen?
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
only example. His trunk was different, but that is only one example. Okay, so uh, besides, I had come home this time round for a special purpose. This time, why did he come to his village? There was a special purpose. What was that special purpose?
Marriage, madam.
Marriage. It was special purpose was marriage. My parents had arranged my marriage according to the customs of our tribal society. They were tribal society. They were tribes. They were tribes of Arunachal Pradesh. Time flew, and 5 months into my marriage, I realized it. I thought of extending my leave, even taking unpaid leave. If you keep long leave, your money, your salary will be cut. He wanted to apply that leave, but later he thought, no. But later he thought, no, I cannot apply long leave. My money will be cut. I have a lot of responsibility now. I cannot sit at home. I should go to my work, or else I will get into debt. DEBT, or else I will get into debt. Debt means DEBT. Debt means
Going
చనిపోవడం మేము
poor. Going to
D-
poor, ma'am.
DEBT, not die. DEBT, debt means going into loans. Okay. So now he thought, okay, let me go. On my way home from the bus stop, my trunk had been carried by a porter. The problem now was we couldn't find anyone who could help me with the trunk. The problem was now we cannot one who could help me carry the trunk. What is he thinking? While he came from the bus stand, while he came before 6 months, no, I'm speaking about that. What am I speaking? Before 6 months when he came. Ma, whose disturbance, ma? Before 6 months when he came, a porter means coolie. A porter carried his luggage. That is, a porter carried trunk to his house. Now you cannot find porters in that village from house. So why thinking at another time of the year we could have found someone to help me. But now most of the villagers were busy in the fields. Most of the villagers were busy in the fields. It was crop time. It was crop time, or else some neighbors or some neighbor's son or any person will have come with me and they would have dropped me to bus stand. But this time villagers are busy. Why are they busy?
They are busy in fields.
Crop time, madam.
In the field.
Go to field.
So
They are
many
busy.
works.
Nobody had time to spare for me. Nobody had time to stop and talk to me or carry my luggage. In fact, carrying the trunk should not have been. In fact, carrying the trunk should not have been such a worry for me. Except that my education made me shun physical labor. See, while he was small, he used to carry all his things with him. He did not have any shame. Now feeling shy to carry his luggage. Is there any shame to carry our own luggage? You all tell me.
No, ma'am. We are
No,
not
madam.
sure because of their.
Yes, we can carry our
No, madam.
whenever possible. We can carry our luggage whenever possible. We
Without
should not.
shame, ma'am.
Yes, we should never feel shy to do our work. Whatever work is there, to carry a luggage, to carry a bag, to carry all our. What is this, ma? What nonsense is going on in class?
Mansur, madam. Mansur Basha.
Who is it?
Mansur Basha.
mic is that? Immediately mute your mics. All of you mute your mics. All of you mute your mics. Don't open at all. Mute your mics immediately. Useless people. What is this? You don't have any understanding how much disturbance you are creating in class. So much disturbance you create in class. How much nonsense it is to take the class if you create such disturbance. You should have understanding, Noma. You are in online class. There should not be disturbance. Whole class, all 4 classes, that is Gorentla 2 sections, Aracle 2 sections, all of us will get disturbed. Nothing is audible. I don't know who girls or boys are there. I'll see the recording. I'll see the names who are causing disturbance. Then I'll speak to you. What nonsense is that? How many times should all the teachers say? Every teacher is telling now not to create disturbance in class. So this man, while he was in his childhood, he used to carry his luggage without any shy feeling. But after he has grown up, he became well educated. Now he thinks I am very well educated. I should not carry my luggage. There is no such rule. Remember, boys and girls, there is no such rule that if we are very well educated, we should not carry our luggage. Everybody can carry their luggage. Everybody can take their own belongings to any place. There is no shame. But this man was thinking, no, I am an officer. I have government job. I am an officer. Why should I carry my luggage? People will laugh at me. People will think, oh, he is carrying his luggage. But nobody will think like that. You can carry your luggage easily. So, after all, he was a government officer. So, he was feeling shy to carry his luggage. Otherwise, a young man like him can easily carry a luggage of 20 kilo. Okay, 20 kilo. His trunk was 20 kilo. Now let us see. Finally, my father came up with a solution. Don't worry, I myself will see you off at Dirang. So, these 2 people, this man actually, he has to go to a place called Dirang, and there he will get his bus. He will get his bus in at the place named Dirang. So he said, no, my dear son, I will come and see you off. Bus, you can take the bus at Dirang. I will take the trunk and I will come with you to see you off. See off, we call it. See off. So I protested. This man, he was young. He was very young. He can easily carry the trunk, but he was feeling shy. He protested. No, father, you are old. Don't carry my luggage. Old people, they have very less strength when compared to young people. So he said, no, father, don't carry my trunk. I can carry my trunk myself. But the father said, no, my dear son, it is okay. I will carry your luggage. What will people think? The son said, what will people think? This young man gave his trunk to the old man and he is walking happily. This young man. People will think like that. But he could not convince his father not to carry the luggage. His father said, no, my dear son, I can carry your luggage. Come on, let us start now. You have to take the bus at Dirang. A large crowd gathered at our place the day I was about to leave. People had come to wish me luck. It was 10:20 when I left for Dirang. My father had already left. As I had to do a bit of catching up, I walked fast. So many people came to his house to say bye. He will come back after long time now. He has to go to city to work. So he will not keep one more leave and he cannot come easily. So all of them, all the villagers, many relatives, our neighbors, they came and they said, bye, our dear son, take care of yourself, be happy. So after this, when he saw his father had already left, because that old man will walk slowly, he has to go to long place. So his father had already taken his trunk and he started. This man walked fast because he has to catch his father, no, he has to match his father's steps. So he then started and he walked fast. His father had already left. As I had to do a bit of catching, I had walked fast. 3 kilometers down the road, I caught up with my father. My father said, "You are late. Would you like to rest for some time?" So, after walking 3 kilometers, old man, before the young man started, he walked fast. Villagers are very strong. Village old men are very strong because they have strength because of good food, good air, no pollution, hard work, and for all these they feel strong. So this village old man, he had walked 3 kilometers, and this young man also joined him. After walking 3 kilometers, the old man understood that my son is falling weak, my son is falling tired. Let me ask him. My son is falling tired. Let me ask him. He said, "Oh, my dear son, you walked a long area. Do you want to take some rest? Do you want to take some rest?" So, you see, you can see the picture. What are they doing? They both are sitting. They are taking some 5 or 10 minutes rest. And father kept the trunk aside and he's pouring some, we can think that is water. So he is pouring some water and giving to his son. Though the son is young, he is tired easily because he is living in the city. No, city people will have less resistance power. So he is telling, "Oh, my son, you take some rest, you sit here, I'll give you some water." So in this way, they are sitting under a tree where there is shade and they are taking some rest. Now let us see. Having walked fast, I was tired. This is young man. Having walked fast, I was tired. Moreover, I had to cross 2 hills on the way up to the spot. I quickly sat down on a rock. My father laughed at my plight. So he has to go to Dirang to catch the bus. He has to go to Dirang to catch the bus. So he walked fast, he became tired. He became tired. He sat and yes, he sat and he was taking his breath fast. He was taking his breath. He was panting. Then his father understood. His father understood. My son got tired. My son got tired. He is very tired. Let him sit. And his father laughed at him. His father laughed at him. So this little distance has tired you. Rest for a while, but we have to be in time to the bus. Then father understood. He said, "Oh, my son, walking only 3 kilometers, you became tired. You take some rest, but we have to start early again because we should catch the
Bus.
we should catch the
Bus. Right.
yes, we should catch
Bus, ma'am.
bus. We should catch.
Busman.
Then father was quiet some time. He thoughtfully looked at the sun for a moment, and then his eyes fell on the can of the homemade wine. Homemade wine, it's not water, it is wine. So I was wetting his lips with his tongue. He said, in the matter of fact, "I am thirsty." So then his father thought that we will drink some homemade wine, that is not alcohol, that is homemade wine, that is not alcohol, that is good for health. So he thought, we are thirsty, we will drink some homemade wine and we will start again to the which place they should go to catch the bus. Which place they should go to catch the bus?
Bus stand.
Dirang.
This way they
Madam.
sat and they had some wine. They had some wine. Yes, they had some wine and they were talking. What were they talking? You listen, ma. We'll finish this part today. So this young man gave the can, and after that he poured a mug for himself and handed the can. I drank all of it at one go. He then arranged the belt that was attached to the trunk carefully to his forehead. So this was the picture. My father carrying luggage on his back and I following him with a tiny bag in my hand. So father was walking fast in the front and I was walking behind with the small bag in my hand. We were walking up a narrow hill. We were walking a narrow hill, small area. Okay. And neither of us uttered a word. Both of us were walking like strangers. They were not talking. They were walking like they were strangers. They did not utter a word. Okay. They did not utter a word. From time to time, it crossed my mind that it was for me to let my father carry the luggage. This young man was thinking, oh, I'm a bad son. I'm giving my luggage. Father, I am a bad son. I should not do this. I should not do this. I should carry the luggage. But the old man was not listening. The old man was not listening. No, no, I will carry, he said. You remember, the old man said, no, no, my strength is okay. I will carry the luggage. This self consciousness had probably to do with my education, the white collar job that I had, or quite simply my pride. So thinking, this man was thinking, because I am highly educated, I have a big job, so I am not carrying my luggage. If I had a small job, I was a farmer, I was a laborer, I was a porter, I would have carried my trunk. Because I am very much educated, I don't want to carry my luggage. Actually, he is thinking wrong. Whatever highly educated you are, you can do your work. You can do your work. You should not depend on others. Okay. So he was thinking, oh, why should I feel this bad? Why should I feel bad or shameful to carry my luggage? So if I carried the luggage, my father and my people, in the fact, the whole world would laugh at me and I could be belittled. So he was thinking,